So, I know I come on here and I'm going to share some facts, but I'm going to share some dreams too. And this is from the Lord. This happened not this night. It happened a night ago. And it was about basically all I can remember, not all I can remember, but the main point of this dream usually happens when I wake up and I just know in my spirit was basically, it was the Black Mass Exodus. I have had a dream on the Black Mass Exodus and basically the preparation. So let's go ahead and hear it. So in this dream, okay, there's two parts to this dream. The first part is that I had some context. The symbolism that was used was basically I had my little sister had a friend and her name was also Sierra. Okay. In the dream, all right, me as big sister, because, it's my little sister's friend, because she was my little sister's friend. They were all my little sisters. So, in this dream, I'm dressing little Sierra. I'm dressing her because she was, first off, exposed. The girl is beautiful, but she was exposed, to the world. She was just had on inappropriate clothing and stuff like that. So in the dream, I am dressing her. I was like, listen, you could put on my clothes. I know we kind of fit the same thing. You might be a little bit smaller, but you can still fit. I need you to cover up. But I wasn't doing it as in, shame. I was doing it in love. Like, hey, sis, I'm gonna need you to cover this up. I got some clothes for you. Here, take it, make it look cute, but do not, cover. We need to do a little bit better. The second part of this was that I saw that she was in sexual immorality. It was a rumor going around that she was doing, inappropriate stuff. I'm not even gonna, be descriptive, with some boy. And so in my knowledge, it wasn't for me to bring her to shame, but it was for me to take her away from that. So, I was told, basically in my mind at that point, I was like, I'm not going to expose her in front of everybody. I'm going to take her away from it. So what it was I took her away from those people so that she did not do what she was going to do and just guided her on a different direction. And this is all symbolic because this is exactly what the Lord is doing in my life. So some dreams are not, some dreams are for me. Of course, the Lord has to get my attention. So he puts me in it to make it seem like, especially if it's for me, he's going to show me something. So he's definitely did this. I've thrown away a lot of my clothes. Okay. A lot of my clothes is no more. My closet is almost empty. I need more clothes. But they were inappropriate. And I just felt the Lord tell me, it's time to go. It's time for all these clothes to go. And the second one was basically taking me away from sexual immorality. So it's a lot of things I had to repent of during this walk. And also, even sexual immorality within your marriage. It's a thing, okay? It's a thing. There's certain things we're not supposed to be doing in our marriage that I don't want to do. And the Lord has convicted me of, and he has saved me from sexual immorality in my marriage. And it's way more common than you think because we're not really taught. We're taught by the world, what sex is, okay? We're not taught by God what sex is, what it's supposed to be. How is it worship to him? So when he taught me, life-changing moment. Dang, I just recorded something. I'm going to try to go back. So this was at a point in time where I was in the deep south, but everybody knew we were the chosen people of Israel, okay? They knew exactly who the African-American people were and how they were treating us. So it was a little bit different. This is when everybody came into the full realization who we were. And it was either going to be a good journey or a bad journey. Either people were going to hate God and just be people turn on God because of, finally coming into the truth, or people were just really, really repentive and merciful and trying to please God by making sure that his people got to where they needed to go. So we were in a deep south, Alabama, Mississippi lines, and the journey was to the eastern seaboard. I do not know why we had to get to the eastern seaboard, but we were supposed to go to the eastern seaboard. So that's basically going back towards where I actually live, which is South Carolina. The journey was to South Carolina. So basically, the thing about this dream is that I was going around preparing people, asking people if they're coming, and one person, it was basically, he was a businessman. He was a successful black businessman, and I asked him if he was on his way to come. Are you on your way? But he was on his way, and are you ready? The thing about him was that he loved his life a lot, and he did not want to leave. He did not want to leave America because he was doing well. He was prospering, and he was thinking about his family. He was doing all this, and he was thinking he was going to stay. He was on the verge of contemplating whether he should go or stay based off of his current situation. And to me, I just thought that was so crazy. I was like, the Lord is telling us to go, or you're not going to come. And he was Yashael, like Yashael. If he's Israel. He's Israel, and he doesn't want to go. He's in full understanding of who he is, but he does not want to go. So when I woke up, okay, the dream really was just like, dang, you really gave me an Exodus dream? I have been getting nothing but slave Exodus dreams for a lot lately. A lot of them. And, I guess the Lord is just trying to show me, like, this is going to happen. And the thing is, there's going to be some of us that stay behind willingly. There are going to be people who love their lives unto death, and they stay behind because they're prospering and they feel like, what's better than what I got right now. You have to understand that if the Lord is telling you to move, and the fact that if Joel chapter 3 is a whole thing. When he moves Israel out of the way into their promised land, the fortunes of the nations will go with them because of how they treated us. And I wanted to put this out as a warning that when the Lord is telling you what to do, if he's preparing you, if he's taking you out of things, you're going to have to follow and trust God more than with everything he's blessed around you. Because he might have gave that man in my dream, he could have gave that man all the prosperity that he needed, but it probably wasn't. It's never going to be against him. Like, if the Lord gives it to you and he wants it back, you gonna have to give it back. Like, take an example for our forefather Abraham. He was like, I'm gonna give you descendants as many as the stars, and then he asked him for, like, go ahead and sacrifice Isaac real quick. The whole blessing that he asked for, he gave it to him. Then he wanted it back. But of course he was just testing him. But there's some instances, especially not with children. Okay, not with children. I mean, children, if he wants children back, they're gonna serve him and him only. They should not be your children. They're his kids. Now, they're not gonna die, but they're his kids. But, when it comes to things that he's blessed us with, if you can't give it up, it's an idol. And that's a sad thing, because a lot of us struggle with just things. If God asks you to give it up, if God asks you to move somewhere, just like, we're going to have to be obedient enough to leave. We're going to have to be obedient enough to listen and trust in the Father with all your heart and lean not into your own understanding. So I don't know who else is getting all these Exodus dreams, because the Lord is definitely preparing his people. And the thing is, it's only a remnant. So like he said, the remnant is coming back. Not every one of us is coming back to him. And that's the scary part. And that's what the dream is showing me. Not everybody's going to want to go. And not everybody's going to be picked to go. Everybody that is of your lineage may not go. I know it's a sad fact. But remember that if you think about the remnant with Elijah, there were 7,000 that did not bow to Baal. If I'm getting the number wrong, y'all go ahead, correct me. There was a number of good thousands of them that did not bow to Baal. But the thing is, they did not bow to Baal. They did not bow to false idols, But with this one, because, in Elijah, God was God. God was God. With Yeshua, if you're not repenting and you're not living in him, okay. Y'all be peaceful because my thing's about to end.